What's up, y'all? Your boy Preston here today. So this video is going to be about the ownership of my 2020 Widebody 392 Scatpack with my SRT technology. So it is an SRT, and it's also going to be about the story about how I acquired it, which is pretty interesting. So when I went to get my Scatpack, actually I went in, as you look at my other videos on my page, I review vehicles, right? I went up there to review a Jeep. In my last video where I reviewed a 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee, I went to review a Jeep, and the day I went up there, I saw a Scatpack in the back being prepped. It wasn't even out on the showroom floor yet, didn't have an ID on the vehicle, wasn't able to be inventoried or sold. So I went up there to review the Jeep, saw the Scatpack in the back, and I was like, yo, that's dope right there. The manager asked me to review the Scatpack, to be honest with you. I was gonna ask him anyways, you know how your boy is, let me get that right there, because I was gonna get all in that motherfucker too. But he asked me about it, wanted me to review it, and I was like, yeah, duh, of course. I got my review done with that 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I brought it back up there, and I set my day up to come back 2 days later to review that 2020 Widebody Scatpack 392 Charger, right? 2 days later, I was gonna go out there, and for them, they didn't know this, but for me, it was gonna be a test drive / review, because I've been looking at cars, I just haven't pulled the trigger on one yet. So I haven't found one that I particularly like. So 2 days later, that was on a Saturday, and I was going back up there on Monday. So I ended up going back up there on that Monday to review it. Right after like I finished with my work day, it was like 6 o'clock. I get up there and say, hey, I want to review that Scatpack. And it was like the green one. I was like, yeah. They was like, oh, somebody bought that like earlier today. And I'm like, bro, why y'all sell my car? I ain't even get to review it. You know, low-key feeling some type of way about it, because they knew what I was wanting to do. You know, I got a relationship with them. They should have known what I was about. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, cool. I went home and I was like, you know, it just wasn't meant to be, right? On that Monday, and I found out it was gone. You know, I felt some type of way about it, so I went home about it, saying it must not have been meant to. It must not have meant to be, right? So I get a text message like maybe a day or two later saying that they got a Hellcat Widebody in. Now, knowing I can't afford, I can purchase it, but I can't really afford it. I went up there anyways to look at it, because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna test drive this then, since I can't really, you know, get my Scatpack. That was gonna be the next best. So actually it should have been number one, but I'm gonna call it the next best for this video. All right, so I get up there and I see this bad boy sitting there, black, all black, gray stripe down the middle. I was like, oh hell yeah, this is gonna be it right here. So I get up there trying to test drive it. Bro, they won't even let me test drive it. They was like, nah, it's stickered at 93. We can't let this one go out the door. I said, fair, I get that. That's okay. It is what it is. And they was like, oh, by the way, your Scatpack was returned. And I'm like, but dude just bought it 2 days ago. They was like, bruh, his co-signer did not want to sign for the vehicle, so they brought it back. And I was like, you're lying, right? And it was like, nah, his co-signer just didn't want to. He told me that he couldn't afford it. I'm like, well, he shouldn't have took it off the lot in the first place if he couldn't afford it. And that's talking about my last video where you can purchase something, but you can't afford it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. He couldn't afford it. He shouldn't have bought it. And it is what it is. I went back there and looked at it. It was like it's a round back. I said, man, listen, I'm not about to buy this car today. Like, y'all had, you know, y'all had y'all chance, which I didn't realize I was gonna buy it then with the money that I had at the time. So I went back there and looked at it. I said, hey, boss man, you mind cranking it up? So they crank it up, and I said, God dang, this is it right here. So I was like, all right, let me take a second. I called my girl on the phone, like, yo, I know we about to buy a house right now, but like this car came back that I was telling you about, because I was telling her about the green Scatpack, the Widebody. And she was like, okay, so what do you want to do? And I was like, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm gonna just review it for this video, and it is what it is. So I was like, yo, can I test drive it? So they gave me the keys, like, here you go. I got a relationship with them, so obviously they're gonna give me the keys. So it was like, here you go. I got the keys to it, and I started test driving it, right? And I drove it to her. She was like 5 minutes up the road, literally. And so we out there talking. I'm like, look, I think I really want this. And she was like, if this is what you want, then buy it. You've been talking about a car for the past 2 years. If this is what you want, then buy it. So I'm like, all right, bet. So we obviously, we gotta look at our finances, gotta make sure it makes sense. It made sense. She was like, you know, this is just meant to be at this point. Like, this is meant to be. So you might as well go ahead and buy it. And I'm like, all right, you're right. If it came back to the dealership 2 days later, like, it's meant for your boy at this point. So I went back to the dealership and I'm like, you know, I know I told you I just wanted to test drive it, but like, I want to go ahead and buy it. It was like, you want to buy it? You for real? I'm like, yeah, I want to buy it. And so I was like, I already got the cash. I already got everything I need to buy it. And they was like, well, okay, right? So the next hurdle I had to overcome was my truck trade-in. My truck was in negative equity, about $3,000. And I needed this vehicle, and I knew that they could figure out a way to get it in. At first, when they sat down and talked to me, the numbers did not make sense. And I was not gonna pay over $50 for a wide body scat pack. I absolutely was not gonna do that. And so they sat down with me, I declined the first offer. The manager came and sat down and was like, all right, we see you done been up here before, like, why don't you wanna buy the vehicle? What's stopping you? I said, for one, you know, it gotta make sense for me. I'm a numbers man, the numbers don't make sense. And so we started talking a little bit. Really cool guy. And he left, came back 5 minutes later, and was like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. So Dodge offers what's called power dollars, right? We're gonna call it PD. Dodge offer power dollars. They offer $10 off per horsepower on the Chargers and the Challengers. So it's like 7,000 something on the Hellcats and like 4,800 on the Chargers, right? The Scat Packs. So with that being said, if my truck is 3,500 in the hole, or 3,000, whatever it was, then what do y'all think is gonna happen with the Dodge offering 4,800 off their MSRP? That's gonna, you know, wipe out my $3,000 that I'm in the hole, right? So then it's still gonna be 1,800 in positive equity, right? Okay, so the car is 47. My truck is worth 10 to them, but I owe 13, right? So I'm gonna have to add 3 into that 47. So now I'm gonna have $3,000 in negative equity that's rolling in it. So now the car is worth 50. So at this point, Dodge is offering 4,800 max. You know, you have to meet certain criteria for a certain dollar amount. The dealer tax and everything, I'm looking at what? 47 out the door, right? That's MSRP. So I'm right there after my trade-in. I'm right there at MSRP, which is damn good for these Hellcats and Chargers right now, these Scat Packs. So I'm getting it for 47 right out the door. So I ended up breaking even on my trade-ins through this particular math. So the vehicle's 47. I owed 10 on my truck, but the bank I owed 13. They paid that 10 off. I had to roll 3 into that 47 to make it 50. The Dodge dollars, the power dollars was 4,800. So I got 4,800 off of that 50K, which then made the vehicle 45,200 after the taxes, fees, everything out the door. I'm looking at 47,000, right? So $47,000 out the door. I just got that Charger for it. So once we started talking numbers like that, and I was able to break it down, and it made sense like that, of course, your boy then signed a dotted line because that made sense. My truck was only depreciating from there. It also had 100 and something thousand miles on it, but it was clean. That's one thing to remember. It was clean. It was maintained. I'm a car guy. I maintain all my vehicles. So once I had everything finished, of course I signed a dotted line. I wasn't able to take it home that night either. The anxiety killed me. I wasn't able to take it home because the guy that purchased it had just brought it back. So they was like, yeah, bro, we kind of don't want to have that situation again. They couldn't call my bank. My bank is only open Monday through Friday. So Monday morning, I brought all the cash into them. Everything was clear. So I gave them a duffel bag full of money. Walked out with my brand new 2020 Scat Pack wide body SRT. And this is how I got my my Charger. I don't regret it any day whatsoever. I love this car to death. Yo, it's low-key kind of hot in here, y'all. I actually wanted this car, but I didn't know I wanted it, if that made sense. So for me, I knew that I wanted a Hellcat, but at the time I could not afford one. I could purchase it, I couldn't afford it. So for me, this was the next best thing. This is what I wanted, and I'm so happy that I made this purchase. I love this car day in, day out, like the start of it, the growl, everything about it. There are some things that I want to do with it, but right now it's still brand new. When I start making changes to it, it won't be brand new. And some of the things I want to do will void the warranty. So there are some things I have not done to it because I'm trying to make all my videos of it being brand new before I start putting mods on. And this is how I want my channel to go. This is specifically what I want to do. So with that being said, guys, this is how I got my 2020 Widebody Scatpack charger 392 SRT. Seen some MSRP at 44, I mean at 45. As a widebody, I've seen some go all the way up to 53. So it kind of depends on what you're willing to pay and what you're willing to do. But for me, you know, it made sense for me. It made sense for my situation. Just make sure it makes sense for you. Make it make sense. Don't go into a dealership and buy something that don't make sense. I haven't heard of the power dollars on the 21s just yet. I'm sure it'll happen. I haven't heard of it just yet. But guys, if you have bought a charger or a Scatpack and you got a cool story you want to tell, like, tell it to me in the comment section. I'd love to hear how some of you guys got your vehicles. I'd love to hear what you traded in. I'd love to hear how much cash you put down, or if you put any down, or just how the deal worked out. Like, it's so many cool stories I've been reading about how people got their chargers and Scatpacks. I just figured I would share mine with you, and I figured I would share with you how much mine was. And I got mine sticker price, and I'm gonna show y'all just in case y'all don't want to believe you, boy. I got the sticker right here. Oh no, baby! I just tore it up. All right, hold on. All right, look. Oh snap! I got it below MSRP. Look, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Let's say 49. I actually got it below MSRP because of the power dollars on it. So MSRP at 50,000. I bought a $50,000 car for 47. Base price 40 before all my upgrades on here. But again, I got this $50,000 car for 47,000. Like, thank God for power dollars, right? So guys, you know, at the end of the day, you get the best deal for you. Just remember that. And if you guys have any questions about any of my finance or anything like that, you can ask me as long as it ain't too personal. I did go through a credit union that I have been with for a long time. I have credit cards, I have accounts there. And it's one of those situations where I kind of just walk in and get what I want. At this point, my credit score is above a 720, so keep that in mind for my 3% interest rate. The higher the credit score, the lower the interest rate. So I probably could have got it cheaper somewhere else, but I wanted to keep my relationship in-house at the bank that I've been working with. So guys, remember that as you're out there busting your ass and making it happen for yourself, the higher the credit score, the lower the interest rate. I have had that question asked to me in my comment section. And guys, please feel free to ask me whatever y'all want. I mean, y'all don't know everything. I don't know everything. But if we work together, then we can learn it all. So your boy is about to be on go. It's time to go back in the house. About to pull the car in the garage. But I just want to talk to you guys for a second to let y'all know, because I've gotten that question on TikTok quite a few times. People even ask me what I do. I work at a bank. We own a business. That's what I do. And also I'm a drug dealer, as I was told in the comment section. So I'm a drug dealer too. But again, guys, thank y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that motherfucking subscribe button. Hit that bell. It's free. It literally supports my channel so I can grow and other people can see me. Hit that subscribe button. Let me know that you're rocking with your boy. I got some videos dropping, another video dropping next Friday. So make sure you stay tuned to these videos. But I'm gonna holler at you guys later. Peace.